Hello, welcome to Nine Design 3D. Today I want to show you how to do realistic chocolate cake in Blender. We will use some materials from BlenderKit. You can find some materials, 3D objects, meshes and some HDRIs from here and use free props. First we will search on Google BlenderKit and download add-on from website. Go to Blender, in Edit, Preferences, and install add-on. After login, you can access features. Let's start the modeling base mesh of cake. Add cylinder and scale in Z-axis. Shade Smooth and go to Object Data Properties, Normals and check the Auto Smooth. Make Ctrl A all transform and set origin to geometry. In edit mode, select top and bottom face and bevel with Ctrl B. We will add material from BlenderKit. I add ice cream material for cake. Hold and drag material to the mesh. In Shading tab, we can change something. I will disconnect the displacement node and change the normal map strength value. In the mapping node, we will decrease the scale. I added sky texture temporarily. We will change it later with the Studio HDRI. Now for the cream part of the cake, Shift D and copy the bottom part. G to move in Z-axis and squish a bit. For this, I will use a white ice cream material and make some scaling and normal strength process for that. Top part of the cake, again copied with Shift D and move to the Z-axis. It looks like marshmallow, but don't worry, we will add liquid chocolate to this. With Ctrl J, join them together. Let's make a ceramic cake plate. First add mesh circle, vertices will be 64. In the edit mode, select all vertices and tap E and give up. After that, S to scale to inside. Move in Z-axis a bit. E again and S to scale to inside. G to move in Z and F to fill. Now select all vertices with A and extrude in Z-axis. We have to make tiny plates border. In face with Alt button and left mouse, select all faces and S in Z-axis. For bottom stick, I to insert, face and extrude in Z-axis. With the bottom face, E again and scale. Plate is ready now. Before go to particle system process, I decided to make sharp borders for top cake piece. For that, select edges and press X dissolve edges. Let's make some chocolate liquid. First add sphere and scale it. Put the top of the cake. And don't forget to join cake and plate because we will use this single mesh as an effector. Select sphere and go to the object panel, quick effect, and select quick liquid. The wire cube is our domain for simulation. We will scale it in true size. Select domain and go to the physics tab. Fluid type will be domain and domain type must be liquid. You can set your resolution 64. Higher resolutions can be slowing baking. All border collisions must be checked. The important thing for us, viscosity. I set for chocolate 0.008 and check the mesh. Under the cache, type must be all and be sure checked is resumable before baking. Select sphere type will be flow and flow type will be liquid. Under the flow behavior, please select the inflow. For the cake, we will set fluid physics to type of effector and bake all. After baking, you can play and see how it is. Which view is good for you? Choose it. I will set from 212 like that. For changing something on liquid chocolate, we have to apply all modifiers with Ctrl A in meshes. And we don't need sphere anymore. After applying, you can delete it. For straight view, let's cut this part. In viewport X-ray, select mesh and go to the edit mode, choose vertices and delete them with X. Select all circle vertices and F to fill. In sculpt mode, make flatten top of it. Select draw brush. If you want the smoothness, hold shift and sculpt. You can work grab and flatten brush for smooth and straight view. Now let's add chocolate material from BlenderKit. Go to Shading tab. You can see some different nodes on this material. Bitter, caramel, pinky, dark, etc. We can set distortion, brightness and scales. I won't change too much, only want to straight, so decreased surface imperfection. If you want, you can try different colors of chocolate. Let's add some cherry to our cake. First, Shift A and add sphere. Scale and move in Z-axis. Tap to edit mode and select top vertex. With proportional editing, press O. You can use middle mouse wheel for scale proportional circle. With G, you can move down top vertex a bit. Add subdivision and check the cage for see outside vertices clearly. For natural shape, select with Alt to vertices of line and scale with proportional editing a bit. Now we make cherries tool, add cylinder and scale, extrude top face of cylinder and press E again. Select part of vertices to branch and G to move for natural curve. Add subdivision and edit. Let's add material for cherry color red and decrease roughness value. We place the cherries around the plate and where you want. For tablet chocolate, add a cube and scale. Before the material, let's add HDRI and plane for our scene. I use actually for HDRIs Polyheaven website, Veranda HDRI for indoor natural lighting. If you want, you can choose different. Let's add chocolate material from BlenderKit. I will use this chocolate bar, drag and drop to the cube. For scaling, go to the shading tab and change scale value in mapping node. It looks good now. In UV tab, you can change side looks of chocolate bar with UV scaling. Let's add some cookies for our cake. Add sphere and scalar in Z-axis and subdivision surface modifier. We switch to sculpt mode to make a rough natural surface. With draw brush, you can sculpt top of the cookie. Decrease a bit brush strength and make some high and low shapes of it. We will add cookie material from BlenderKit. In edit mode, select bottom line and mark seam. After that, unwrap. You can add another cookie model with selecting different cookie material from BlenderKit again. Now let's add chocolate ball. First add sphere and scale. After that, place on surface. We will add nutty chocolate material for it and unwrap. It look like in cycles engine view. Place them onto plate and cake. Let's make some sprinkles with particle system. Add cube and scale. After that, add subdivision modifier. In edit mode, add some loop cut. And material of chocolate light. Move mesh from camera angle. Select chocolate surface and add particle system hair. Change number, seed and length. In render part, render as object and set instance object as our particle. With the changing hair length, it will be visible on surface. Scale randomize and set how it looks lies. Check the advanced box. Rotation will be visible. Orientation axis will be normal for side of sprinkles. And randomize face. Let's add ceramic material to our plate. If you want, you can use traditional type of ceramics. I choose this ceramic glazed. For scene, I modeled simple kitchen counter type of mesh and add marble texture on it from BlenderKit. It's time to finish our project with getting realistic render. For that, I will use Cycles engine. You can set high samples if system is good, but I will set it 128. It's a bit long time, but result will be cool. Under the film part, set look in high contrast or how you want. In the output section, if you want 4K resolution, you can set it. Let's render image. Final look like that is realistic, really. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe. See you later.